Alright, so here's the first video of our short series of the self. Since I've run out of positive quotes and everything else, let's go ahead and get this started. I do have one army value though left. I'll do that another day. So, self. Depending on what definition you go off of, it's basically your typical character, I think is what Webster defined it as. Your typical character, typical self, your identity. Well, self becomes questionable when you get out of the military. Self can become doubtful. You don't know who you are anymore. You lose your sense of identity. Identity is going to be one of our other words later on, but self is sort of the foundation of who are we wanting to be. How are we going to develop and grow thyself? How are we going to expound upon what education, goals, motivation, inspirations, you name it. So getting out of the military, so as you know, fight is all about perspective. Getting out of the military, we lose oneself. Who are we really? We went from a structured environment to not having any. We went from having a family to not so much. I know that's debatable. Stick with me. Because not everyone has a family to come home to. Blood or otherwise. Some people they miss the environment of it. They miss that lifestyle. So because we become what we adapt to, right? Or we adapt to what we are surrounding by. So we were surrounded by a certain mindset, a uniform, a commonality. We may not necessarily have all the same beliefs, like religion-wise or political views, but we had similar missions. We had a common ground that way. So when you lose all of that, it's very easy to lose one's self-identity and one's self-period. Like, who am I? What am I to do? Because sometimes even when we had those, the newer generations had these classes of getting out, though most of the time it's more of like, this is how you make a resume, this is what you do. But in my mind, it still wasn't enough. As selfish as that may sound, it wasn't enough. It didn't prepare me for, I turn on a song and I will forever and always be triggered by that. Triggered being that I am pulled into that space and time of the past. Whether I stay there or not is that varies depending on what mindset I'm in. Is alcohol related? Who am I surrounded by? Like, am I hero stock, or am I at work? I mean, it really depends on what environment I'm already in, depending on what state of mind I'm already in. All of those kind of coincide. So there's a lot of variables involved. So every veteran is different. Even if we were stationed at the same place, we deployed to the same place, trained the same way, had the same leaders, we're all going to perceive things differently. So because of that in turn creates different selves within us. The different individual personalities and the character traits and everything else all play a role in how a veteran readapts. So you can't have the VA be the one and only funnel that veterans can go through, because there's too many of us out there with different personalities. That's why you see organizations and groups going hunting, going fishing, some crocheting, some have similar passions, because we are so diverse as individuals, because we don't have to put on that same uniform anymore. So our individuals come out. We're allowed to be ourselves. But what if we don't know who we are anymore? It is thought-provoking. I wish y'all could check out the fight series. Leave reviews, please. Leave what you actually thought of it. Even if you didn't like it, why? That's the beauty. It is written so general that whether you served or not, what rank you are, what gender you are, whatever, it's going to hit you differently. And that is the beauty of it. Because it is about the mental health. And why is mental health so important within the veteran community? Why are so many veterans unaliving themselves every single day? It's probably closer to 50 now. We say 22 because that's kind of the average that we kind of just stuck with. But Really, it's closer to 50. Well, it's like 1604 right now for me, where I am. So, by the end of today, that's another nearly 50 people that unalive themselves, hurting alone in silence. Fight wants to be a light, a beacon to make sure no veteran fights alone. Unfortunately, I can't find them, so I need your help to get the word out there about the Fight series. Read it, leave reviews, and share it. To anyone who you think will benefit from it. A family member, a friend, someone who wants to go into helping veterans, counsel them, and finding resources for them, or developing organizations to help them, or whatever. We need genuine, good people on our side who will fight for us and fight alongside us. I hope you count at least 3 good things that happened today. Do at least one good deed for somebody else. And keep fighting the fight.